Hola! Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako si Sabrina Maytamonte. Matapos niyo mapanood ang aming ginawang video, dadako naman tayo dito na mas lalong magpapalinaw at magpapaliwanag ng aming paksa. Bago ang lahat, ano nga ba ang sibilisasyon? Civilization comes from the Latin word civi, which refers to one or inhabitants of a city, and civets, which refers to the urban community in which one dwells. It is highly organized society marked by advanced knowledge of trade, government, arts, science, and often written language. Nangangahulugan ito na ang sibilisasyon ay ang klase o estado ng pamumuhay ng isang lungsod o lugar. So tara, talakayin na natin ang aming paksa. Early Civilization and Rise of the State.
Mesopotamia, 8,000 to 2000 BC, are now called Iraq. Between the Tigris and Euphrates River, the Mesopotamian civilization was developed. The name Mesopotamia means between the river. It was dotted in the Tigris region, and there was a substantial economic growth in area due to irrigation canal they construct. Some of the major Mesopotamian civilization include the Sumerian, Assyrian, Akkadian, and Babylonian civilizations. Evidence shows excessive use of technology, legal codes, literature, philosophy, religion, and architecture in these societies. Its history is marked by many important inventions that changed the world, including the concept of time, math, the wheels, sailboats, maps, and writing. Mesopotamia is also defined by changing succession of ruling bodies from different areas and cities that seized control over the period of thousands of years.
In ancient time, the Egyptians called the desert the Red Land, distinguishing from the flood plain around the Nile River called the Black Land. These colors reflect the fact that the desert sand have a reddish hue and the land around the Nile turned black when the annual flood waters receded. The desert and the Nile River emerged millions of years ago. The aerial shots in Mysteries of Egypt capture the beauty of the Nile Valley. The majestic river flows from north from the headwaters in Burundi to the Mediterranean Sea, a distance of 6,650 kilometers, makes the longest river in the world. So yung Nile Valley ay itinuturing na pinakamahabang ilog sa mundo. Dati po, noong unang panahon, yung ilang antas ng pagkontrol sa baha dahil sa Nile River ay naisagawa na. Sinasabi na minsan ang labis na pagbaha ay sanhi ng pagkasira at pagkawala ng pag-aari at buhay. Ang lupa ay hindi na nakaranas ng pagbaha mula noong itinayo ang Aswan Dam na itinayo noong 1902. Dahil ang pagulan ay halos wala sa Egypt, ang pagbaha ay nagbigay ng tanging pagkukunan ng kahalumigmigan na kinakailangan upang mapanatili ang mga pananim. Hanggang sa ika-19 na siglo, ang paglalakbay sa lupa ay halos hindi kilala dahil walang mga kagubatan sa Ehipto. Ang kahoy ay kinukuha mula sa Lebanon. The Nile River Valley is truly a gift to Egypt. Without its water and rich soil, the Egyptian civilization would have not emerged.
Good morning everyone, my name is Nanika Jane P. Sapon. Indus Valley. The Indus Valley Civilization was a Bronze Age civilization in the northwestern region of South Asia, lasting from 3,300 BCE to 1,300 BCE. And in its mature form from 2600 BCE to 1900 BCE. Ang Indian subcontinent tumutukoy sa malawak na masa ng lupa na kinabibilangan ng kasalukuyang Pakistan, India at Bangladesh. Ang subcontinent na ito naghihiwalay sa pangunahing masa ng Asya na bulubundukin ng Hindu Kush, Karakoram at Himalayas. Kagaya ng Mesopotamia, ang sentro ng kabiastas ng Indian subcontinent ay matatagpuan din sa ilog sa masaganang lupaing lambak ng Indus River. Ang Indus River naghahatid hindi lamang ng tubig kundi pati na din na bandirik o silt na nagpapataba sa lupain sa gilid ng ilog.
China, in the valley of the Yellow River, which is widely held to be the birthplace of Chinese civilization. The Shangru Neolithic cultures, however, arose around both the Yellow River and the Yangtze River at distinct cultural centers.
Hi, I'm Lizelle Solana at ngayon ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa Peru. So, the earliest known Peruvian civilization was the Chavin culture, a theocracy that worshipped a feline, jaguar-like god and settled in Mori. Over 8 centuries, the Chavin, who never developed into a military empire, unified groups of people across Peru. The most spectacular remnant of this culture, known for its advances in stone carving, pottery, weaving, and metallurgy. The ceremonial center, a place of pilgrimage, contained wondrous examples of religious carving such as the Telo Obelisk and the Raimundi Stela. The temple demonstrates evidence of sophisticated engineering and of labor. At sa Peru din matatagpuan ang Machu Picchu. Ang Machu Picchu is an ancient Andean village built in the mid-15th century. It was used as a religious shrine. Isa rin ang Peru sa kauna-unahan na naging city sa buong mundo. Asset naman ng Peru ay yung kanyang magandang geographical location in farming. So mayaman sila when it comes in agricultural products and crops. At ito ang naging dahilan kung bakit sila naging mayamang city sa buong mundo.
Good morning everyone. This is Maesrin Silariano reporting about Mesoamerica. What is Mesoamerica? The term Mesoamerica is derived from the Greek word means Middle America. It refers to a geographical and cultural area which extends from central Mexico down through Central America. Sa aking pagpapaliwanag, ang Mesoamerica ay galing sa salitang Griego na ibig sabihin ay gitnang Amerika, sapagkat ang Meso ay may ibig sabihing gitna o panggitna. Ito ay isa sa mga lugar na unang pinag-usbungan ng agrikultura at sa kasalukuyan, ang rehiyong ito ay mayroong malaking populasyon na. The term Mesoamerica was first used by Paul Kirchhoff, a German-Mexican archaeologist who coined the term in 1943 and was instrumental in defining it. Ang kanyang kahulugan ay batay sa mga limitasyong pangheograpiya, komposisyon ng etniko at katangian ng kultura noong oras ng pananakop. There are 3 civilizations of Mesoamerica, the Maya, Inca, and Aztec. The first one is Maya. Maya was flourished from 300 to 900 CE, bloody civilization on the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico. Mayans lived in the rainforest and built critiques in the jungle. They also built pyramids. Most of the people there were farmers. Ang mga lalaki sa kanila ay mga magsasaka samantalang mga babae ay ginagawang bigas ang mga palay. The head of the city and army sparrow is Halakiwinik. Chichen Itza, Sacred Mayan's religious center. Pak-atok. Ito ay ritual na laro ng mga Mayans na ginagamitan nila ng kanilang ulo, tuhod at siko para makuha ang rubber ball galing sa hoop 30 feet off the ground. Ang mananalo sa larong ito ay may premyo samantalang ang matatalo ay magsasakripisyo. They have 2 contributions of Malayans. Number 1 is Ang mga Mayans ay nakakapredict ng eclipse gamit ang astrological cycles sa kanilang pagtatanim at pag-aani. And number 2, they developed technology for crops and elaborate cities using ordinary machineries and tools. The Inca, 1200 to 1500 CE, 2,500 mile long, 12 million people empire in the Andes Mountain in South America. Ang imperyo ng Incan ay pinamumunuan ng isang emperor. Incans worship many gods related to the forces of nature, pero ang Son of God ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. Also, ang bodyguards nila ay nagsusuot ng gintong kalasag. Incans never invented the wheel. Ang mga llamas ang work animal nila. But, all Incan cities destroyed except Machu Picchu, which is the religious city in the clouds. The third one is Aztecs, 1200 to 1500 AD. Warlike empire conquered all of Mexico. Huitzilopochtli, son and war god of the Aztecs. Ang mga Aztecs ay pinamumunuan ng isang emperor na napili ng mga council of priests and nobles. They also demanded constant feeding of human blood to please their gods. Ang mga Aztecs ay nagsasakripisyo ng libo-libong taong alay. There are 3 contributions of Aztec civilization. The number 1 is mandatory education. The Aztec puts value on education. Number 2, chocolates. Aztec developed chocolates during their time. Ito na din ang naging tribute nila sa kanilang mga Diyos. Number 3, atispastomy, medication. Ginagamit ito para maiwasan ang mga muscle spasms na nakakatulong sa mga surgeries.
Alam kong madaming tanong dyan sa isip nyo kung bakit sila ang mga naunang cities na umunlad. Bakit hindi ang Pilipinas? Hindi ang Russia? Bakit hindi ang Germany? Dito sa susunod naming ipapaliwanag, masasagot namin ang inyong mga tanong.
Hi, I'm Ashima Estoyado. If Mesolithic people does not discover of how to plant a wheat and other crops, until now, we are hunter and gatherer in our resources. And when our resources is not enough for our needed, we will be nothing. We will die in starving. What is hunter and gatherer? We call this nomads. Nomads have no permanent places or land. Example ng kunwari pupunta sila sa isang lugar, land, at may makita silang resources doon na kunwari na puno, tapos kapag naubos na yung puno na yun, lilipat sila sa ibang lugar para maghanap ng other resources na gagamitin nila. That's why we need to make ways for us to enhance the environment and enhance what we have today to improve and to grow the resources. One of the key of civilized city is the agricultural innovation. They were able to change farming methods. What is agricultural innovation? Process or ways of organization into use for the first time in order to increase effectiveness, competitiveness, resilience to shocks, or environmental sustainability, and thereby contribute to food security and economic development or sustainable natural resource management. Like for example, is irrigation system. Mesopotamia is the first invented the irrigation system. What is irrigation system? It's like this. They making canals or holes that will make the water flow in the land to have a healthy soil in certain area. Why is innovation important for agriculture? Innovation is a major instrument in social and economic development, especially eco-friendly innovation, stimulates not only production but an efficient use of natural resources as well.
Diversification of labor. Diversification of labor is the separation of tasks in any economic system or organization so that participants may specialize. Diversification also means changing the use of capitals and relocating labor to other activities such as wage labor or self-employment or migration. There are 3 types of division labor. Number 1, simple division of labor. 2. Complex division of labor. 3. Regional division of labor. Simple division of labor. Workers specializing in producing a good or service means dalubhasa sa pagsaserbisyo, katulad ng mga singers, cooks, sportsman, actress, and movie director. While complex division of labor specializing in sub-process in the production of a good. Ibig sabihin, sila ay dalubhasa at napakahusay sa pagtatrabaho o paggagawa. Katulad na lang sa hair salon. They can do hair washing, hair cutting, and hair dyeing. Also, in a restaurants like McDo or Jollibee, there are manager, cooks, receptionist, salesperson, and cleaners. Manager for planning and management. Cooks, sila ang tagawa ng mga hamburgers or potato slices. Receptionist, sila ang nag-welcome o nag-a-assist sa mga customers. Salesperson, sila ang nagre-receive ng orders galing sa customers. And last, cleaners, means sila ang naglilinis. The last one is regional division of labor. Different countries specialize in producing different products. Katulad na lang sa Japan, meron silang car production. Ang USA may airplane production at ang Saudi Arabia na may oil production. There are also advantages and disadvantages of division of labor. Advantages. Number 1, raising labor productivity. Number 2, economy of capital. Number 3, raising living standard. Disadvantages. Number 1, work becomes dull and monotonous. Number 2, decline or loss of craftsmanship. Number 3, greater risk of employment.
Social stratification refers to a society's categorization of its people into groups based on socio-economic factors like wealth, income, race, education, ethnicity, gender, occupation, social status, or derived power. In modern Western societies, social stratification typically is distinguished as 3 social classes. First, the upper class. Second, the middle class, and the third is lower class. Ang social stratification ay isang sistema na kung saan nirarangko ang tao based sa yaman nila, social status, at income nila.
Emergence of central government made sure that different interest groups did not infringe on one another's rights. Dapat na magkaroon ng pantay-pantay na karapatan sa bawat panig pagdating sa pagkakaiba ng mga interes ng bawat isa. Di dapat mabawasan ang bawat karapatan ng bawat mamamayan. Ensure that the city was safe from its enemies by constructing fortification. For example, kapag nagkaroon ng kaguluhan sa isang lugar, kailangan ng matibay na seguridad para sa mamamayan. Defense, army, etc. Pagbuo ng pwersa para maging handa sa anumang panganib na madulot. Levied taxes and appoint tax collectors. Magpataw ng buwis at magtakda kung sino ang dapat na mamahalas sa pangolekta nito para maging patas ang kabuhayan ng bawat mamamayan.
I wanted to thank all of you for listening. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you.